Hey guys, so in this video I am going to make fire cider, and this is something I've been talking about recently in my videos. It is a really great remedy that you can make in your own home and take at any first sign of feeling sick, like having a cold or a flu coming on. So this is a really great at-home remedy that you can use for yourself and your loved ones. So we're going to make it today. So I don't know if you saw my suggestion in some of my videos recently to go ahead and get some of the ingredients that I'm going to be using today. If you haven't gotten the ingredients, don't worry. Put them on your grocery list this week. Grab them, and then you can revisit this video at any time. Now this video is going to be posted on my Facebook page, on my YouTube page, and my Instagram page, so you can come back and find it if you're looking for it. So, hi guys, hi Pat, hi Kimberly, hi Susan, hi everybody. How are you guys doing? Happy Saturday. So I got back from San Pedro yesterday. I got the results from my Parasite Test. Wah, wah, I have Giardia. At first I was thinking I was going to do the herbal remedy, but honestly, like today I started just dipping into that parasite suffering again, and it's like, wait, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and fry it soon. So, sometimes herbal medicine is what we need. Sometimes chemical medicine what we need. It's not always one, it's not always the other, but having an intelligent and wise balance between the two. Good morning, guys. Hi, Francis. Oh, cool, Francis. I just saw you on the call this morning. Yeah, we had a wonderful Zoom call this morning. We went for 2 hours today. It was fantastic. I had so much fun meeting you guys. We had some new faces on the call. That was such good heart food. If you want to get on the next Zoom call, we have them every 2 weeks. Just join the High Vibe Tribe. It is the subscription page within my Facebook page. And all the things. Oh, it's okay, Kimberly. Yeah, it's totally fine. Okay, so guys, so today we are making the fire cider that I've been talking about. Fire cider, let me grab my notes here. Fire cider is a traditional immune-supporting remedy with deep roots in folk medicine, and it was most popularly championed by herbalist Rosemary Gladstar. In fact, she has a cookbook with like a million different recipes. So this is a recipe that you don't have to do it exactly. You can find your own way of doing it. There'll be some basics, like using the apple cider vinegar as a base. But at its most basic, it's a zesty infused vinegar packed with powerful immune-boosting, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antiviral, and circulatory herbs. It can be used as a defense against cold and flu pathogens at the first sign of cold symptoms, as a decongestant and expectorant when the cold has already set in. Not only an immune tonic, homemade fire cider also stimulates digestion and helps move circulation throughout the body, which helps us keep warm in the cold winter days. So we're going to be adding onion, horseradish, ginger, a few other things. Stay tuned. Let's just get at it. So first things first, you're going to want to get a jar. I'm doing this one for myself, a nice big one at home. And then I'm also going to make one for my friends at Karuna while I'm at it. So I've emptied this jar. One thing to keep in mind, notice the difference. This is a plastic lid and this is a metal lid. If you're using a metal lid, then you're going to want to put something to separate the vinegar from the metal. So I have a piece of beeswax wrap here. You can also use a piece of wax paper. So that would be great. Oh, Angela, you like these? Yeah, I got these in Antigua after the last retreat. So without further ado, some basic ingredients. Onion. Oh, Joe. Awesome. Thanks, honey. A lot there. Yeah, Joe, this could be really good for you. Something to try. So we have onion. We have ginger. I picked up some thyme, not the temporal concept, the plant, at the market yesterday when I was in San Pedro, so we're going to use some of that. And then, of course, we got our friend garlic. I also picked up some cayenne powder, so we're going to put a tiny little bit of this. I also have my horseradish powder. I also got some oregano. My oregano in the garden isn't doing so well, so I'm gonna use this oregano. I also got some sage and some golden seal. These are the things that are optional. I think just if you have the basics, apple cider vinegar, ginger, onion, garlic, that would be a really solid place to start. So, without further ado, let's get on it. Get your knife. Oh, now he messages me. Hold on. I'm supposed to do this video shoot with Caleb. Just started a video. Feeling better now. I was feeling really crappy before when I messaged him. You want to shoot today. So I'm actually really, really scared about what we're gonna shoot. Just thinking about it gives me stress. All right, Bismillah. Let's. So now we're just gonna. Essentially, what we're doing, guys. This is so easy, which is why I'm telling you. You can just, even if you don't have your ingredients, just watch what I do, and then you can do it later. Yes, I've already washed my hands. Plus, also, everything we're putting is going into the vinegar, and then it's gonna sit in that vinegar for 4 weeks. So any bad stuff is gonna get killed. So here, let's just. I wish I had a way for you to, see what I'm doing also while I'm talking. Can I do like this? If only I had a kitchen that was built for making videos on the internet. Well, that's not a good lighting either. All right, so I am, yeah, and so we'll just keep going. No. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you what I'm doing. I'll just lift it up, but essentially right now I'm just chopping my onion. So what we're doing is we're chopping it up, and then we're gonna put it in the jar, and then we're gonna cover it with apple cider vinegar. It's really, really easy, and if you're making one for yourself, while you're at it, why don't you just make one for a friend? Either your child, or a coworker, or anybody that you love and that you want to see them happy and healthy. I have made kind of a mess. So Sean's asking, did I have parasites? Yep. Now I have 2 parasites, and I think I'm just gonna go the chemical way, because honestly, like this morning, after I got off that Zoom call, I was just like, my energy just like tanked, and I was just laying there, just not feeling great at all. So, parasites are such a challenging part of living here, and I was doing so well. I didn't get this at all last year, you know? I was doing so well. And then there was a hole in my system. Thanks, Jamie. Oh, thanks, Chris. So let me show you what I've done so far. So, not much. Here is our onion. So now I'm going to open my jar. Yep, it's clean. So I'm going to do 2, one for myself and one for a friend. Boop. So, put some things to the side. So now I'm just gonna, look at that. So easy. You can chop stuff and put it in a jar. You're most of the way there. Great. Okay, now we're on to the next thing. Let's see what's next. Now let's do some ginger. Now with the ginger, what I actually like to do is let's get a grater. So also keep in mind that on the other side, after you drink the liquid to support yourself or your loved ones with having a cold, you can keep all of these vegetable solids and use them like a condiment, like a pickled condiment. It's so good. Yeah, Matthew, but I don't drink Monster energy drinks. That's not how I roll, man. But I appreciate the suggestion. If I really want energy, I'd go for a cacao or a pu'er tea. I was given this pu'er tea, and man, does it give me the zings. So I got my ginger, I got my grater, and then now we're just going to... All I want for Christmas is more counter space, okay? There, I said it. I said it and I mean it. Let's try this. All I want for Christmas is some more goddamn counter space. Some more goddamn counter space and some deeper windows and a thing that's not right here. And by that I mean I can't wait to design my own kitchen. To be built in exactly the way that I want it to be. So I'm actually going to leave the skin on, by the way, because there's just good stuff there. And besides, when it goes in the vinegar, I've already ozonated this, but when it goes in the vinegar, everything is going to get super neutralized. But, you know, there are like some trace things there that are not necessarily bad for us. Cool. Oh, yeah, Jacqueline, cool. So, Jacqueline, so far, all we've done is we've cut up the onion, and now we're grating the ginger. How much? I don't know, guys. It doesn't really matter. As long as you're just putting the stuff in the jar. Now, typically, we want to pretty much fill it up with all these things. Oh, Birdie asked, can you add vinegar as you drink to refill? Oh, that's amazing, Tara. Yeah, exactly, Virginia. Of course. So, can you sip it and then put the apple cider vinegar in? Yes, and that's actually what I did last time. And so this is also why the most important ingredient in alchemy, in taking these raw materials and turning them into something else, is time. So we can't shortchange ourselves with that time. So that's why, having patience. And that's also why I think having a bunch of these different brews going is really helpful, because if some are older, it's better, and some are younger, it's better. Bella says, my friend has a dog sanctuary, can build an island for your kitchen. Well, first of all, this isn't my kitchen, so I don't really feel very invested in doing much for this space. I was going to work in the garden, and there was just some weird stuff with my landlord, and I'm just like, oh, I actually don't want to put very much energy into this space. So, there we go. Okay, so now I got my ginger. So I just grated it, and then now I'm going to put some in here, and the one for my friend, and some in there. And then we'll probably do a bit more ginger. I'm doing a much bigger one today. But I'm going to try to fill this whole thing up. But if you do a bunch of onions and stuff, then it's not so bad. So why don't we go ahead and let's do a little bit more ginger. So again, how much you do will depend on you. In fact, there are a lot of different ways to do this. Yeah, great, Bethany. I learned by seeing too, and then you see it and you go, wait a minute, that's really simple. I can do that. Do I have bees? No, Nathan, I don't have bees yet, but one day on my land, I will have bees. And am I still building my house? Yes! And hi, Monica. How are you doing, honey? How are you feeling? I wish I could give you some fire cider right now. Karen, am I still building my house? Yes, of course I'm still building my house, but right now I'm in a planning phase. So I have the next meeting with my designers, Ashley and Dijon, on the 25th. I'm really excited about that. Thank you, Angela. Angela, I'm feeling better. I had a little bit of a tough moment this morning. I was overwhelmed by a deep sense of tiredness, especially when it started getting really, really hot. And then I didn't want to do anything. And then my mind started turning against me and taking me into a downward spiral of sadness and self-pity. I was like, oh no. And then I thankfully was able to call a friend, and they kind of just sat with me and talked with me until it was like, wait, I'm fine. Everything is fine. Nathan, sorry to ask. First, you don't have to be sorry to ask. You make pickles and chutneys. Not yet, brother. I would love to make pickles. I mean, what we're doing here is we're kind of pickling the stuff on the other side, but I don't make, like, pickles. And I would love to in the future. Maybe when I have my own kitchen and apothecary station. You know? Okay. Oh, Virginia. Yeah, Virginia, you're a show and tell person. I'm a show and tell person, too. I really need to see how something is made in order to really understand it. So you see here, I'm layering it in. And guys, as you can see, this is so easy to make. We should all have this going in our kitchen. Honestly, when I started coming down with that cold a few days ago, I started drinking the fire cider that I had, and I had the most incredible turnaround that I've ever had from feeling sick. Normally, when I get sick, I dip into a very long process of recovery, but this time, it was very different. All right, so we just did, so you can also get fancy with this. So I just did a layer of onion and a layer of ginger, as you can see in these 2 jars. You can get really fancy and artsy with this if you want. I'm not going to do that, but as you see, we can make it look kind of pretty with the different layers. So now I'm going to go back to the onion, and now I'm going to grab just a white onion, as you'll see. I'm going to peel it. Oh man, this is going to get, I can tell this is going to get really cry-y up in here. Okay, I might use this to express some emotions. Virginia asks, are you adding cabbage or kale? Can you? Virginia, that's a great question. So in this instance, we're not adding cabbage or kale, and here's why. I don't think cabbage or kale would be appropriate, because what we're trying to do is create an anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antiviral, circulatory boosting mix, and cabbage and kale don't necessarily have those properties. And when we consume this, we're not going to be eating a lot of it. So your cabbage and kale, I mean, that's more, I mean, if you're making a sauerkraut or, I don't know, a different kind of dish, I would cook the kale and just like eat that with my dinner, but I don't know how that would be in a fire cider. I guess the answer is try it and see what happens. Once you make it, how long does it have to sit and how long does it last? You keep it refrigerated. So Bella, you do not keep it refrigerated. You put it in a cool, dark place. So I put it under my cabinet, and you let it sit for 4 weeks. But you want to shake it every day. And then it's not going to go bad because it's antimicrobial, it's antiviral, like it's all the stuff is being killed. Like it's a really solid brew that you're making. I mean, it's kind of a fermented food. I mean, we're fermenting the vegetables in the garlic. We're more like, I mean, in the vinegar, we're more like pickling them. So it's like, do pickles go bad? So Nathan, this is not kimchi. Oh, hi, Elizabeth. Elizabeth Sparks, actually, thank you for reminding me. I should add, not should, there is no such thing as should. I could add beets for color. In fact, I've got a lot of space. Let's go grab a beet. Let's grab a beet. Let's grab a beet. Let's grab a beet. Yeah, we grabbed a beet. So there's my cabbage because I'm going to be doing the sauerkraut. I need more counter space. Jesus. Jeez Louise, guys. Okay, so thank you. Yeah, Berta. That's a good idea. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's chop up the beet now. So as you see, it can also be based on, like, what do you have at home? What do you have at hand? Again, I'm going to leave the skin on the beet this time, just because there's some valuable stuff in there. I'm even going to chop up the tail of the beet and just bring that in with us. And, yeah, beet. So the beet will add some color, it will add some flavor, it will add some vitamins and minerals that only beets can. Oh my god. Nice. Ooh. Ooh. Jimmy, I don't know, man. That sounds like something you'd have to look into and do your own research. Like, how does your body respond to vinegar? And again, you know, everybody's body will have their own truth. The purpose is to listen for yours. And I think that's actually how we can get in trouble in life, is when we don't listen and we try to force ourselves to do something that doesn't feel good or feel right. Okay, so now I'm actually going to chop these up a little bit more. I made kind of big chunks, but I think I want to make them a little bit smaller. Yeah, the beets add sweet too. Yeah, exactly, Diane. Thank you for contributing that. Oops. Kathleen, I already got the results for my parasite test. They come back pretty quickly the same day. So I have 2 parasites. I have the Blastocyst hominis and the Giardia. Giardia is just about the worst thing that you can possibly experience in the human body. honestly, like, I've gotten, like, the diarrhea and stuff under control. Like, I'm solid, so to speak. But just, like, emotionally and energetically, especially, I notice when it gets really hot, that's really when I start feeling really bad. So, oh, you know what? I was like, what's different? I was going to grate the beet, but I forgot to grate the beet. Instead, I made chunks. It's okay. I kind of like the grating method for the vegetables because then on the other side, you get the pickled condiment, which is, it's nice to spread it when you have shreds. You know, think of like a topping on a salad, you know. Yeah. Oh, Diane, you got that from Icelandic hot spring. Yeah. Yeah. It's not fun. It's not fun. So there's the natural route, but that takes a lot of time and discipline, and it's really easy to mess it up. Excuse me. And then there is the chemical route, which is faster, but it definitely... All right, we got the beets. I'm going to put the beets in here. Yeah, the chemical medicine route, it's faster, but it's definitely... yeah, exactly, Bronco. It's really going to fry my system. So I got to get really on top of, like, superpower with the probiotics after that and just be ready for just a couple days of just, like, absolute grossness. Oh. Great. Look at this. See? So here's the one I'm making as a gift, and here's the one I'm making at home. So I still have about halfway to go. So we haven't done the garlic yet. So let's do the garlic. Oh, thank you, Bethany. She said she did her metta meditation with me in mind for healing today. Thanks, very kind. Do you guys know metta meditation? It's a loving kindness meditation where you go through a process. A lot of times it's guided. You can find this online on Insight Timer. But you're guided to visualize in a different series yourself, people you love, people you don't know, and then also someone that you really don't like. Bethany, I hope that wasn't me. Also, you're guided to give love to someone that you actually don't really like. And so it's this way of really expanding your capacity to love. Tara, I don't know how I got them. I have some suspicions, but I don't know exactly. It's hard to know. It's hard to know these things. So, Virginia, if you were my neighbor, well, first of all, that would be a really funny world where you are my neighbor. I mean, that would be an awesome situation where you're my neighbor. And I would love to gift you a fire cider if you were my neighbor. I think I mentioned this, I'm planning to bring this one to Karuna, so. I miss Karuna. I miss living there, you know, especially today, and, like, you know, when you're not feeling good, it's like, I miss being around everybody all the time. I like being alone, but I also really like being a part of community and just, yeah. Okay, so we got our... Kiki asks, how do I know if parasites? Well, Kiki, some symptoms are diarrhea, excessive gas, lethargy, depression, a sense of not being able to handle the world, a sense of overwhelm, nutrient deficiency, because you're not being nourished, like the parasites are being nourished. So let me show you what I got here. So here I just fromped all these garlics, and so now I'm going to... Can you get parasites from dogs? Yeah, Nicole, actually, that's another possible vector of contamination. If you have a lot of animals around you, that's actually what I read about the Blastocysts hominis. One of them is actually typically transmitted from animals, water and animals. So don't think that parasites are just something that people get in third world countries. You can get them anywhere. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I got these earrings in Antigua, actually, after our last retreat. Literally, like, I was not shopped out because there's a never-ending supply of amazing, beautiful earrings in Antigua. Okay, we're doing really good. Why do I chop off the butts? Just do it. Just put them all in. You know, we can be a little bit imperfect. No, let's be a lot imperfect when we make fire cider. because, you know, it's sitting there in the vinegar for 4 weeks, and so, you know, stuff changes shape, changes taste, like it changes. Like there's a certain alchemy that's going on when you put it in. Bella, no, you do not see the parasites in your poop. The parasites are microscopic. In order to test for them, they have to look at your poop under a microscope. Oh, Scott, you made sauerkraut the other day. Good for you. So, you know, someone was asking, oh, but because I was talking about all the things and the remedies, and like, what about probiotics? And it's like, yes, the probiotics are a given. What we're doing here is we're layering in some healthy things for your life that include sauerkraut, probiotics, that include fire cider. Yeah. Yeah, Sherry. Ugh. Chris, that's gross. Yeah. Yeah, parasites breed on a full moon. So my parasites exploded coincidentally as the moon is full. So, you know, as the moon has an impact on us, it has an impact on all kinds of living organisms. So to deny our relationship to the moon is just silly. Okay, guys, so if you're just tuning in, or if you just want a quick catch up, we're making a superpower cold and flu remedy that you can have at home. You can make it at home and keep it at home. And the next time you're starting to feel a cold coming on, you go and you sip this. I finished 1 jar on my first day, and I noticed by the second day I was feeling so much better. Normally my colds follow a certain trajectory downwards, and this was the first time that I really avoided that, the depths of that sickness. I still got a little bit of a runny nose, but it was totally manageable. Okay, so, good, Tony, the sauerkraut you attempted worked. Awesome. Yeah, so there are plenty of videos that I've made in the past where we do a sauerkraut recipe, and I'm sure I'll do that again. In fact, I need to do that again because I'm out of sauerkraut. But, you know, I think this fire cider is a really good one to just get on and get it done, because you are not going to be enjoying it now. You're going to be using it 4 weeks from now. So it's kind of like, do it while you're still healthy. It's kind of, you know, this analogy of, you know, if there are bad guys storming the walls of the castle, would you like to have your weapons sharpened and prepared by the time they're storming the castle, or do you want to wait until they're storming the castle to sharpen and prepare your weapons? You want to have your weapons prepared in advance, right? Nice. Oh, good job, Virginia. She says she has... So here's the thing. Bella asked, so you drink a whole bottle daily. So as you see, the liquid that was in here really only yielded like maybe this much liquid. So it really only gave me like 3 shots for 1 day. Now, if I was to get some sort of like contraption that would press the vegetables down to extract the liquid, I would probably get more. But the vegetables are still going to be holding a lot of that liquid, which is why they also make such a tasty condiment. So you get something that tastes, I mean, it's going to depend on what you put in. So I'm putting in a ton of garlic right now, right? So it's going to taste garlicky. I'm putting in a ton of ginger. It's going to taste gingery. It's going to taste spicy. If you put in jalapeno and cayenne pepper, it's going to taste really spicy, hence the name fire cider. So Maggie, yeah, so a shot a day. A shot a day would keep the doctor away. Now, I think you need to be careful because we don't want to overdo taking apple cider vinegar. Someone mentioned that it can cause ulcers, and that sounds like it could be true. If you overdo anything, you know, one thing we were learning in herbalism class is like, there's a point when it's medicine, and there's a point when it becomes poison. So you got to know where that point is. So you got to listen to your body. But you could take this preventatively. I would say take a little sip a day as a preventative, and then if you're actually sick, you could take more. Erin, have I made kombucha? Yes. In fact, you want to see something? Look, this is the vinegar, my own homemade vinegar, formed a Scoby, and now I'm making kombucha with the vinegar that turned into a mother, that now I'm feeding the sugary tea to make my own kombucha. So the answer is yes. I'm all about it. Okay. Hey Donna, the comment that you just made is unkind and also not true. And I just want to say, if that's how you're going to communicate here, then I'm gonna have to ask you to not be a part of the conversation. Um, okay, great. So Scott asked, "Do you have to refrigerate it after 4 weeks?" No, Scott, you just keep it in a cool, dark place. I mean, this is the medicine of our great grandfathers and mothers. Like this is the traditional medicine before they had refrigerators, right? Your great grandmothers and fathers, how did they survive how did they survive the winter, right? They fermented things, you know? They they stored things in a way that they could withstand, right? So they probably had very cold cellars, right? They salted meats, all the things. Yeah, yeah, Bella. I do stay busy, and sometimes if I'm not busy, then my mind makes me get down on myself. Uh, I called a friend, and I was just like this morning. I was just like feeling upset. I was just feeling tired and just like parasite-y. And I was like, and my mind is doing this. And he's like, well, then it sounds like you have a parasite in your mind. It's like, yes, that's true. I don't just have a parasite in my gut. I have a parasite in my mind that's trying to trick me into going into a downward spiral of sadness and self-pity. Oh. 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 Bev asks, what does it mean when your body is craving pickled beets? It means that there's something in the pickled beets that you're deficient in, and you should probably give yourself the pickled beets. So do we add water at the end? No, we're not going to add water. What we're actually going to add is apple cider vinegar. So I picked up a whole gallon of apple cider vinegar. Okay, so check this out. Yeah, exactly, Aaron. Aaron says the men are very talented, giving, and some are pretty handsome. There are a lot of very, very handsome men in this valley. In fact, I've been noticing that more and more. Like, oh my God, really? I don't know, have I been opening up or something's been shifting, but I've just, wow. Okay. Yeah, Sherry, I think that's a good, she says, do you think your feelings have anything to do with the moon? I have been feeling that way, but thinking that things are coming up to be burned away. Yeah, I think that's always a good way to look at it. For me, I'm also about to get my period, so I'm in the luteal stage, which is just the worst time for me, much worse than the actual period. It's when the energy is going down, and it's pretty horrible. Okay, so I would actually add even more garlic to this. This one's starting to get pretty full. So, you know what's cool about this? Is you can chop a bunch of stuff. You can make a bunch of stuff like this, and you don't have to do it all once. You can come back and you can add more later. So what we're going to do now is I want to grab some of this thyme, not the temporal concept. I got this thyme yesterday at the market. This is a wonderful herbal ally that helps in a variety of ways that I can't remember right now. And I think what I'm going to do I want to put it in whole? I think I might just, because I want to eat this later. I want to put this as a condiment on my food later. So I don't want to have the stems. Great. Liz, do you get a free healthy living education here? Right, you guys do. Yeah, I'm confused at that question. Hi, Monica. You know, love is not based on financial wealth. It's based on devotion, honesty, and willingness to love unconditionally. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Okay, cool. So this is just the herb thyme. I'm just putting a bunch of putting a bunch of thyme in here. Megan says, how do I join the High Vibe tribe? The join button hasn't been working. Oh, Megan, you don't click the join button on the group. You have to find the subscriber button on this page. Where you subscribe to this page, there's like a subscription, same word. that will automatically put you in the high vibe tribe. And then you can be there for our next Zoom call, and you can participate in all of the wonderful community magic that we have going over there. Ah, Liz, you provide a free education. We're blessed. Oh, that's great. Yeah, and you know, I have traveled to the ends of the earth, and I'm investing a lot of time and energy and money to educate myself in these things, and then I bring them to you guys. So, yeah, you are getting a really nice free education here. So, good for you guys for watching, for paying attention, and for putting it into practice. Okay, great. So oh, that smells so good. Nice. Bev, you know, I don't know how the High Vibe Tribe, how the payment works. I don't think I've even gotten paid for it yet, so, but I trust that all of these things will be worked out in time. Oh, Salam Alaikum in Kashmir. Oh, Deb, Restless Leg Syndrome. My sister actually had Restless Leg Syndrome, and you know what she recommends and found that really helped? Is adding minerals to her diet. So these are trace minerals. Actually, I really like this one also. This is from Ocean Minerals. And she found that when she added these to her diet, her restless legs calmed down. So that might be something to look into. And I have the minerals recommended on my website on the Erica's Faves page. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Linda. So Amber, I have fresh thyme. Fresh is always better, but I also got some dried herbs yesterday at the health food shop in San Pedro. So this is my oregano. Normally I would prefer to have the fresh stuff, but if you can't get the fresh stuff, you know, dried is fine. It's still better than nothing. Just see if you can get the organic ones. Which I say that and I have no idea. This fresh stuff that I'm using now is probably not organic because most people do not do traditional farming methods. They do modern chemical farming methods, which are so detrimental, which is really unfortunate. Did you guys know that based on the way we're farming right now, if nothing changes, we only have somewhere between 40 and 60 harvests left? And if we don't change the system, we have the potential to see like famines and some really, 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 really bad stuff go down in our lifetime. Chantal, do I still meditate, do yoga? Yes, of course. That's the foundation of me feeling good. But good question. Thank you for asking. So I'm going to toss in some mustard seeds now. So let me show you where I'm at. And this is, oh, hi, Suzanne. Yay. So look, so there we go. So we got red onions, ginger, white onions, beets, garlic, thyme, and now I'm going to personally add a little bit of mustard seed. Why? Because I like it. Because it's good. Oh, let's add some into this one as well. So if I don't finish this one on this video, I'm going to come back and just keep adding some stuff in there until it fills up. But also if there's more space, then that means there's more liquid. So now I'm going to take this horseradish powder and I'm going to add some of that. Yeah, Tony, that's a good idea to get a thyroid test. I think that would probably not hurt. Okay. Woo! Oh, God, I love horseradish. Bismillah. So how much? I don't know. I'm putting like a spoon, a spoon. We'll put a bigger spoon in here because it's whoa, that's a big spoon. Because it's a bigger jar. Yeah, okay, cool. Horseradish can promote digestion and circulation. Now we're going to add some oregano. This is a wonderful antimicrobial, so it kills bacteria. So traditional cooking, right, had a lot of these herbs included automatically. It was just kind of a no-brainer. You put garlic and oregano and on the bread and all the things, and that, but it was actually medicine as well. So whether or not people realize that. So I'm going to just put in a bunch of there, put a bunch of there, sprinkle that right on top of this. Yeah, Scott, minerals might be good, right? So we're essentially just taking the best that nature has to offer us and putting them together with the apple cider vinegar. And then we're going to leave it for 4 weeks. And then magic is going to happen. Alchemy is going to happen. We're going to be taking these base materials and turning them into something else, something better, something more valuable and more powerful. Yeah. You really don't like horseradish, you'd leave it out. Great, leave it out. I really don't like jalapenos, so a lot of fire cider recipes call for jalapenos and cayenne pepper. I don't like it, so I don't put it in. You don't have to. So this is sage. I got this sage powder yesterday, so I'm going to put some sage powder in because I think that'd be lovely. Boop. Boop. Right? And now this little one is really getting full, so I'm going to add just a dash of cayenne because I know my friend likes spicy. Okay. Ooh, that's just a little bit. I don't even know. Maybe just a little tiny bit more. There we go. Good luck. I hope that does not fry your intestines. I'm also gonna add some golden seal. This is a really beautiful. This golden seal can actually act as an antibiotic. So this is a powerful medicine. I just got this one yesterday, and in fact, this was when I had that big fast turnaround the other day from feeling so bad to feeling good again. One of the things that I started taking was golden seal. So, Candy asked, do I use the apple cider vinegar with the mother? No, you don't have to. I don't think it would hurt, but I think you'd probably save the mother for something else, for mothering her baby, for mothering baby apple cider vinegar. I don't know. Where did my thing go? Counter space. All right. Okay, so here's what we got going on. So now this one is pretty much full. So you could start by just doing a jar this size. That'd be great. I know that I love this so much, so I'm doing a bigger jar. So I am going to continue adding some other stuff. I have more onion. I'm going to add some more. Oh, where's my other garlic? Where's my other garlic? It's hard to see when it's such a mess. I'm going to add some more ginger. Where's my other garlic? I got a little bit of garlic here. Well, I'll find it. And I'm just gonna fill this up. Now, the key is you want to leave space, so I think this one's really good. So why don't we add the apple cider vinegar to this one? So raw apple cider vinegar. You see, no mother. Boop, boop, boop. Here we go. Oh, Bismillah, I love you. I love you. May this be a healing, magical, loving medicine for all of those who drink it. Great. So now notice I want to leave a little bit of space. I'm just going to push this down. So I want to leave a little bit of space because we're going to be shaking this. I'm going to be shaking this every day. So where's that top? Bismillah. Okay, so this one. So be sure you also say a prayer. May this be a healing medicine that brings balance and joy and love to whoever drinks it. I put my love in here with so much love for you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. I love you. Give it a little kiss. Now we're just going to shake that up. So look at that. Now, other things you can put in. Rosemary. We got the thyme. We got the thyme. It depends on what other herbs and spices you have. But do you see how easy that was? We literally just chopped up a bunch of stuff, put it in a jar, added some apple cider vinegar, and then shake it up. So now, this is a wonderful gift to give somebody that you love and care about, and that you want them to have good health and happiness, right? And so you'll notice that really when this is done, I'm only going to get, this much liquid because the rest is the solids. It didn't really take that much apple cider vinegar. This one is going to be different. There's a lot more space. I did that intentionally. And there you go. So now we're going to store this in a cool, dry place. Give it a shake every day, or as often as you can remember. Let it sit for 4 weeks. That's the hard part. And then 4 weeks' time, you got some medicine ready to go. And yes, exactly, Amy, you're right. And then it becomes a delicious condiment. Now, at the end, you could strain out the liquid and then just keep the pickled vegetables separate. Just put that in a jar. You can put it in the fridge or not. I mean, they're pickled. And then just add a few spoons on top of your food. It adds a lot of delicious flavor. To the liquid, you could add honey at the end. good honey to taste. And then that will make it a lot easier to work with. Turmeric, yes, Chantal, you're exactly right. Let's add some turmeric to this. If we're going to all this effort to make this nice healing medicine, we might as well add some turmeric because this is some of nature's best medicine right here. So we'll just do a little, maybe like half a teaspoon or a quarter of a teaspoon. So now look at this. So Debbie, hi Debbie, is it better left out or refrigerated? You don't have to refrigerate it because there's nothing bad growing in there because the garlic, all of that, the vinegar, it's going to kill all that. So I typically just keep mine right here. And then when I reach for any of, let's see what else we want here. Maybe a little bit of amla. Why not? Let's put in some lion's mane. Does anyone else want to come? Some clove. You could also put in cinnamon. Actually, let's grab some cinnamon. That would be really nice. And some clove. And so these things will be especially nice and heating. So again, they are really good for circulation. Oh, Mag. Jeez. Okay. Sorry. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Really good circulatory boosting herbs right here. So it's especially good like if you are feeling very cold, you take a little hit of this and it will warm you right up. So I'm adding the clove. Actually put some clove in here too. I'm adding the amla. We're gonna add a few bit of black peppercorn. That's a great idea. You see there's really there's no wrong way to do it. It's like, okay, what do you have? I'm gonna add the turmeric to the big one now. Great. And fennel. You know what? I'm gonna add some whole fennel. I think that'll be really nice. Great. Do the oregano. Let's add a little bit of cardamom. Can you add honey while it's fermenting? Chris asked. Yeah, you could add the honey, but the process of the fermentation is actually gonna eat up the honey. So you could add honey and then get to the end and find that it's not sweet anymore. So we add the honey at the end because that's the way of preserving the sweetness till the end. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna shake that up. Ooh, oh, that's good. I can smell it. Smells great. Okay, let me see what Caleb said. Oh, Joe, thank you so much. Ooh, nice. Nice. That's interesting. He didn't get back to me. Interesting. Okay. Great. Would I be able to take this with stomach ulcers, Claire? Claire, I would say if you'd want to take this very, very, very little bit. Also, what do I know? I don't have stomach ulcers, so I've never had to learn through that challenge. But I would encourage you to do some research. Remember, there's an amount when it's medicine, there's an amount when it's poison, and that could vary from my body to your body to his body to her body, which is why we have to listen to our body, you know? Oh, Jeff, well, that's good to know. Yeah, I'm putting this in all jars, but, well, it was clean when it started, but it's just the herbs, and it's going into vinegar, which is going to kill everything. So it's okay. But I appreciate your concern. Chantal, you missed today's Zoom. It's okay. I'm going to post. It was great. We learned breath work today. We did a whole hour on breath work. And then we talked for another hour. So it was a 2-hour Zoom. So it was pretty, it's okay. It's okay, Krista. It was pretty great. Chantal, but here's the thing. You can go back and you can go back and watch them. So don't use it as ammunition to beat yourself up. There's one thing that we can do. Let's not beat ourselves up. Oh, I forgot to do the cinnamon. All right, we're going to add some cinnamon in the big one because the small one is kind of full right now. So these are just these cinnamon flakes. There we go. Oh, and I didn't do the lion's mane. We're going to add a little bit of lion's mane. Eileen, did you get your poop results? Yeah, Eileen, I got my poop results back. Thank you for asking. I have Giardia. Yay. So that sucks, and that explains why I feel so crappy. And it's okay. I'm gonna take the chemical medicine and just knock it out. Also drinking gross parasite tea. Blah, 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 blah. So gross. Okay, so guys, so there you have it. So simple. You can still see here what's in it. We did the red onion, the ginger, the white onion, the beet, the garlic, and then we threw on some thyme. We threw on some other herbs. In fact, I have some rosemary. Why don't we go grab some rosemary? Oh, hi, little piggy. Choo, 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 choo. Hi, Melissa. It's okay. You know what? We're going to be doing more. That's the whole idea. So this rosemary is pretty good. Hi, may I? Yes. Great. Great. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. This guy looks like he really needs to get in the ground. You know, I've been, you know, something I learned in the gardening course. These little plants have been in these bags too long. It's starting to yellow. That means they're not getting what they need from the soil. So they really need to be transplanted. But I don't want to put them here. I'm actually thinking of bringing them to Karuna. Oh, let's do one more from here. So I really want to work on that garden at Karuna. Oh, where's a good boy? Hi. Hi, cutie. Yeah. Hi. Hi. Oh, stretches. Oh, Oh, it's okay, Jennifer. I missed you too. But you know what? We'll do it again soon. In fact, I'm planning the next one, pumpkin seeds, and that's good to know. I think we're gonna do the next one on a weekday. So I might do like a weekday evening. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna say, thank you, Rosemary. Thank you for your medicine. Thank you for your beauty and your magic. I'd love to have some of your medicine in my fire cider, please, Miss Rosemary. I love you. Okay, great. So now we're gonna chop this up and just add it in. So as you see, it's just the fire cider. It's just like take a bunch of things you love, chop them up, add them in. The base is with the garlic, the ginger, the onion, apple cider vinegar. Oh my god, this is getting really... I need more counter space. All I want for Christmas is more counter space. Okay. Oh my god, it's getting insane around here. Okay, so we got the rosemary. Yeah, Stella is such a diva. She was getting a little bit fat, and I've actually pulled back how much I'm feeding her because she's getting a little bit of a tummy on that one. Great. Okay, great. So that one's there. So, okay guys, I'm going to wrap up this video. Okay, good. Looks like I am not shooting today. Monday would work best if possible. Okay, sounds great. Actually, that's a big relief to not shoot today because I don't really want to go jump off that thing. I told you, I'm so scared. I'm so scared of this jump I'm going to do. There's this really high jump at the nature reserve in San Marcos. And we're going to do that shot for this film that we're working on. And I have anxiety just thinking about it. And originally I was like, okay, I want to do a smaller one. I know another dock where I used to live. But it's like, you know what? This video and my life and everything I'm teaching is all about facing my fears. So it's like, okay, what's my relationship with fear? What can my relationship be with this thing that I'm afraid of? So my strategy is just go for it. Don't pitter patter around the edge. Don't overthink it. Don't stand there working myself up into like a fit of stress and anxiety and fear, but just like see the target, run, and jump. And like that's literally the hardest part. So Sophie, should I chop you up and add you in? That'd be a little creepy, but thank you. You also need to be smart and safe, yes, of course. All right, cool. Well, that actually works out well, and that opens me up. I'm actually going to go over to Aaron is doing the opening. He's doing an event for Paros Libres. I think I'll go to it. We'll see how I feel. Oh man, that feels so much better to not have to go meet Caleb to shoot today. That feels so much better. Yeah. You need to double the jump. No, Sheila, I think I just have to do it. I think I just have to do it and then just be like a razor and just feet first and just do it. You know, people do it all the time and they're fine. So gross. This is wormwood that I'm drinking. It's great for parasites, but not great for your taste buds. How does it not get bad? Well, it's in apple cider vinegar, and it's full of garlic and all this other stuff that kills bacteria. Should we just keep going? Can we just keep, do you mind? Because I'm just literally, I was going to stop the video and then just keep chopping, but I might as well just keep chopping with you guys here. Carol asks, is this a place people go to jump? Yes, it's an official place. They have a whole, like, jumping place, and it's, you know, there are no rocks below. You jump into the water. And it's just really scary. It's just really high up, and it's really scary. But, you know, it's a challenge, and I like to face my fears. Not that I like to, but I practice facing my fears because it's a muscle that I want to get good at flexing in my life. Yeah, exactly. Push the limit. So what are you jumping off? You're jumping off of like a platform, like a really high... I've shown it to you guys in another video when we walked around the nature reserve. You're jumping off a really high platform. You can give it like a diving board into the lake, and it's just a really stressfully high distance that some people just seem to have a lot of fun with, but I get heart palpitations when I look at it. So I'm going to face my fears. Yeah, Debbie, feet first. Feet first. The other doc, I tried doing diving because that was the limit for my fear at that time. But this one, I just don't think it would be wise to try to do that. All right, great. So look, I'm getting closer to the top. Now we're going to grate some more ginger. Great. Great. Aw, hi, Stormy. You are pretty quiet. But you have such a cool name. Nice. Yeah, I've showed it in a video before. You know, if you guys watch my videos enough, you'll pretty much see everything at some point. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Yeah. Dermatitis. I don't know anything about that, Cameo. Sarah Hall, sounds horrific. It is horrific, but, you know, that's Guatemala for you. You can really do a lot of whatever you want in a lot of ways. Yeah. Okay. Marissa asks, when do you decide you want to move from the U.S.? Marissa, it's a great question, and one I answer in detail in my book, Leaving America with Erica, which is all about my journey, how I got to where I am today. But the long and the short of it is, it's a really great question. I mean, I've been trying to break free from the United States for years. I started traveling and going to Thailand every year. In fact, I thought I was going to live in Thailand or Asia. That seemed more practical and more likely. But one of the big differences between Asia and a place like Central America, where I am now in Guatemala, is that they make it really hard for you to like own land and operate as a foreigner in a place like Thailand. There are all these hoops you have to go through and all these things you have to pay for, and it's just like a really, really confusing system. But here in Guatemala, it's actually just like, it's pretty easy. I mean, relatively speaking, it's much easier. Oh, cool, Anna Marie Fox, cool. No, I didn't peel the ginger. You know, what's happening when you put it in the apple cider vinegar is just, you know, anything that could possibly be bad is getting neutralized, including any pesticides. So that's one fun thing about vinegar. Vinegar is so powerful that if you put your vegetables in a vinegar bath, it will actually neutralize pesticides and any of those harmful chemicals. You might have to look into that to get the actual science, but I learned that, oh, wait, come back. We're going to chop that. I learned that from the lady who has the fermentation company here, Michelle. We did that class during the permaculture course. Maybe you saw the video that I made. It's still on my page. But she was teaching us a lot about the amazing medicine of vinegar. And that's when I got so excited about vinegar and started making my own at home. In fact, I have a really, really great brew growing here with a beautiful Scoby on top. In fact, when we're done with this, maybe I'll go and I'll show you my Scoby. Some of you are going to be grossed out by it because you don't know what it is. But I know what it is. more or less, and I'm mesmerized by it. Okay, so I had other garlic, which I don't see now, probably because I have such a mess now on my counter between all of these things. Garlic! Oh, there it is. I found it. It was still in the drying rack. That's why I couldn't find it. Do you want to see the mess that I'm working with? This is why I need more counter space. Ah! Ah! So these are all the things that these are all my ingredients, and just meh. And then it's still not much space, but all right, let's do this garlic. What's the difference between apple cider vinegar, raw, and the common? So, like white vinegar, do not drink white vinegar. That's actually made from like wheat or something. Oh no. Oh no, what have I done? It's made from something like wheat, and like white distilled vinegar is really good for cleaning, but you wouldn't want to put it in your body. Apple cider vinegar is literally, and I really want to start making my own, but literally you just get some apples, chop them up, put them in water, put it in a bucket, leave it for a few weeks, and you've got apple cider vinegar. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Annie, you'd put in a few whole garlics. Why don't we, for this next batch, let's not even chop the garlic. Let's just put the garlic cloves in. We're going to peel them, but let's go crazy and just put them in raw and see what happens. I mean, whole and see what happens. Obviously, we're putting them all in raw. Okay, we are going to cut off the little butts. Boop. Because that also helps to peel them a little bit better. Boop. Can someone tell me how long this video has been? I'm asking because with my Instagram channel, I can't post videos over an hour there, so. You always call the Scoby the dog? That's funny, Linda. The Scoby? Okay, so looking pretty good. Okay, we're gonna smoosh them just to get the, so what I do is oh, 1 hour and 1 minute. Oh, hi, Kate. Kate Taylor Diaz. I'm looking forward to meeting you in the group. I knew you had a question for me. I saw you joined, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you. So I put the flat of the blade down on the ginger, and then I just press down, not ginger, garlic. And then what that does is it smooshes it, and it makes it so much easier to peel the skin off. Boop. Boop. Great. Okay. All right, well, we've been here an hour making fire cider together. Isn't that sweet? Thanks for being with me, guys. Thanks for joining me on this Saturday in the kitchen as we make medicine, as we engage with the elements, as we engage with plants, as we engage with each other to come to a better feeling place in our bodies, in our hearts, in our minds. Learning to do what we can to take care of ourselves, while also not taking ourselves too seriously, and certainly not the thoughts that we think in our mind, because those bad guys, you know, sometimes we may not have a parasite in our gut, but we can have a parasite in our mind. And what does a parasite do? It takes your energy. It deceives you. See, I'm right. It makes you do things that you otherwise wouldn't do for your highest and best good, you know? Parasite can be a nasty thing, a nasty source of deception and a loss of power and a loss of energy. So, you know, parasites in your gut are one thing, but parasites in the mind are much worse. Oh, Elizabeth, you're going grocery shopping while watching me. Oh, that's great. Did you get garlic, ginger, apple cider vinegar, onions, red onions? They say red onions, but I've put both red onions and white onions in mine. So, okay, so this time I did not chop the garlic. This time we're just gonna bloop it in right on top. Oh my god, that's gonna be so good. Great. Now, is there anything else I want to put in here for now? I think this is actually looking really, really good. And so it's good to have some space on top. I'm gonna put in and does anyone else want to come in? Oh, black seeds. Thank you. I'm gonna put in some black seeds. Black cumin, these are really nice. Great. And then now I'm going to get the apple cider vinegar because I'm going to be making so much medicine. I got a gallon of it. So try not to put, wow, that's potent. Okay, so here we go. Bismillah. So we're going to assist it to go down. Great. And I think I'll probably add a little bit more ginger on top. It's looking great. So it's bubbling as the liquid is settling down. It's looking really, really great. Look at that. So if you know, someone was commenting the other day that, oh, when she gets cold, garlic and cayenne are her like go-to allies. And I'm like, take it to the next level, guys. Take it to the next level. Let's do one more piece of ginger on top. So I'm kind of just like, I'm going to just clean it a little, just smooshing it with my hands. It's already been ozonated and washed. So it's not like dirty. I'm not like getting it from the market, you know? Oh yeah. Where is the, you were using it. Okay. Oh, why wasn't I doing it this way the whole time? That's a great question. Can you transfer the parasites to your food? No, Sonia, you can't. Parasites, they go through your poop. So unless I pooped in my food, or if I used the bathroom and didn't wash my hands, then yes, you could do it that way. But just being here, talking, and like touching stuff, no, you can't. That's not how it works. Thankfully. Otherwise, we get a lot more parasitic infections. Ooh, yeah, salad dressing base. Yeah, that's a great idea, Linda. Kate, thank you, honey. I appreciate it. Kim, yes, we did put the turmeric in. Turmeric in. Okay. Okay. So, remember, when making your fire cider vinegar, don't forget to make one for a friend. Don't forget to make one for someone that you love. Because it's a beautiful way to show your appreciation and desire for them to be happy and healthy and whole. Now I'm going to add some more thyme, not the temporal concept. I was learning in my herbalism class about thyme, and I cannot tell you right now what I learned, except it seemed so good that I made sure to get some and start adding it to my tea. And I even started making, because with the parasites, I have to stop taking like nuts and sugar and stuff. So I changed my morning smoothie to be a morning hearty oatmeal. So I've actually been cooking my oatmeal with oregano and thyme, and I still put in the banana, but I make it sort of like a salty sweet mix, which is surprisingly good. Okay, we are doing so good here. Yeah, Stella's doing good. The dogs are doing good. The dogs do not have any symptoms of parasites. Dogs seem to be fine. They also grew up in this environment, so you have to consider that. Like, they have different immune systems and immune responses. Okay. Ooh, it smells so good. Woo. Woo. Great. Ooh. That smells powerful. All right, I'm going to add a little bit more horseradish because I like horseradish. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my god, we're going to just do a little more because I love horseradish. Okay, is there anyone else who wants to come in? Some cardamom? Okay. I think we already added some, but we'll add some more because this is a pretty big jar. Oh, I also have this kelp powder. I bet that'll be interesting. I need to refill this. So again, you know, it's like, see what you got, put it all together. You're maximizing the vitamins, the minerals, like all of the nutritional content is being maximized by creating the alchemy with the apple cider vinegar. So where's the top? Let's give this a good shake and see what we got. Look at that. Woo! It's also a good little workout for your muscles, my tiny little muscles. Yeah, and if you don't want to make your own, you can also buy it at the health food store. It'll probably be pretty expensive, but you can also do that too. I just think we should, do what we can to make our medicine at home. Look at that. It's also in doing this, the level of, like, things have compacted a little bit more. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's just try this. Wow! Whew. Wow. Oh my god, I want some more of that. That's amazing. Ah. Ah. Jeez. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like that. If you have oysters, they give you that little bit of vinegar and like with the stuff. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Jeez. Woo. Okay. There we go. Is there anything else? Maybe some. A little bit of pepper. Just a tiny bit, maybe a little more. And then, because we're here, because I love it, so we'll add some coriander. Actually, let's go for it. Bam! There we go. Okay, so now, I think the key is I want to get this mixed to the bottom. So this is also the key of like really shaking it every day, is you want all of that stuff to exchange. Okay. Whoa! Oh my lord, that is delicious. Wow, that coriander powder. Woo! Okay, guys, yeah. So there's some beautiful magic happening now. Yeah, I hope it doesn't give stomach ulcers. That's why you don't want to drink a lot of it at once. You want to drink a little bit. Because remember, there's a place where something is medicine, and then there's a place where it's poison. You could poison yourself on carrots if you ate enough carrots. Some things will have a really small amount that makes it medicine. Something will have a big amount that makes it medicine. Oh, cool. Oh, nice, Angel. Good job. Congratulations. Your daughter Blake is 18 today. Happy birthday, Blake. You just rescued a puppy. Could you do a dog training? No, I don't do a dog training. And then the foods for dogs, honestly, I just make a chicken soup with rice and vegetables. And then I put it in the Vitamix as a smoothie. And then I mix that in with their dry food. So, but there are plenty of videos online. I'm sure you could find something from someone who's much more qualified than I am. But hey, happy birthday, Blake. You're amazing. 18 years old. Make good choices. Follow your heart. Don't listen to the adults. They don't know what they're talking about. They do sometimes. But most important thing is that we follow our hearts. Pay attention to the thing. Don't chase money. Don't chase a career. Don't chase the thing that people tell you should do. Chase what lights you up. Do what feels right. Even if it doesn't make sense, even if it's not going to lead you into some big career where you'll make a lot of money. You never know where one idea of something that feels good inside may lead you. And I don't mean good inside like drinking alcohol kind of good inside, because that's a temporary thing and it's not real. I mean like really good inside, like it's the real thing. Like it's a real thing. Follow that thread. Find that golden thread in the darkness and hold on to it and follow it wherever it may lead you. That's what your 20s are for, even your 30s. Like, go make a bunch of mistakes, have a bunch of experiences, see what feels good, you know? Yeah. Hi, Tammy. Hi, honey. How you doing? I love you. So we just did the fire cider. I just did one for myself. I did one for Karuna. There we go. So, all right, who's ready to get sick? And then get better? That's what we're doing here. All right, guys. I have a monumental mess to clean up. I'm so relieved I don't have to go film that thing with Caleb. It was kind of stressing me out. Now that we're not filming it, I'm realizing more than ever how much it was kind of stressing me out. Tammy, I'm going to jump off this like huge ledge that I've never jumped off before into the lake, and thinking about it stresses me out. Here you go. Do you have to sterilize the jars? No, because you're working with vinegar. You could sterilize the jars with vinegar. and then put vinegar inside of them, you know, it's like, you're good. You're good. All right, guys. Thanks for being with me. Thanks for being with us. Oh, well, there wasn't us. I'm going to go put these. So now, last step. So I just want to point out one thing. Oh, Sophie, thank you, honey. Yeah, Bertini. Yeah, girl. So notice this is a plastic top. This is a metal top. Now notice you see here I have something. So the metal is actually not touching the vinegar. If you have metal touching vinegar, it can rust the vinegar. Rust the metal. So this is a piece of beeswax wrap. You can also use just wax. What is it? Wax paper to separate them. Oh, and then also this is for my last batch. So I'm gonna update this and put today's date so I know when 4 weeks is. And I'm also gonna change this because these are not the herbs that are in there now. So that's another thing, is put a date on it, and you can write some of the things you put on it, especially if you're planning to give it as a gift. So they go, oh, wow, that's so amazing, all of these amazing things. Oh, you did that for me? Oh, I love you. You know, maybe. Nice. Okay. So now, last step, I'd actually rinse them just because sometimes they get a little sticky in the process, but now I'm going to put it in a cool, dark place, and I'm going to say, I love you, and then close the door. And then now, clean up this mess. Do you have to refrigerate it? Nope. Nope. Just, you could filter the liquid and then just put it in a bottle and just leave it on the counter, and whenever you or anyone is feeling a little under the weather, if you want to take it as a preventative, just sip that bad boy and you're good to go. Alright guys, thanks for being with me. Thanks for watching this video. This was fun. If you don't have the ingredients and weren't able to follow along today, don't worry about it. This video will live on my Facebook page, my Instagram page, my YouTube page. It's there, so go grab those ingredients and come on back now anytime. Revisit this video and you'll see it's so easy. Just chop that stuff up and put it in the thing and add some apple cider vinegar and then say some prayers, give it some love. Think about the people you care about, yourself included. And yeah. Okay. Oh, Chantal, thank you. Homemade vinegar. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to wash my hands because I'm just as we move on to the next thing. So first, a little bit of that, and now we're going to wash the hands. Okay, so what I'm about to show you may alarm some people. What you're going to see on top growing is the Scoby. It is a symbiotic culture of yeast and bacteria. Good bacteria, not bad bacteria. We would know it's bad bacteria if we saw like moldy spots growing. If you saw blue or green or anything that was like, ooh, and like made your body go, ooh. But what we have here is actually, what you're about to see, is a gelatinous pancake that has formed on the surface of a layer of water that has been sitting with vegetable and fruit peels for a few weeks now. And so this is actually ready to be like filtered and put into jars and just like enjoyed. In fact, I forgot, I was actually planning on putting some of this in my fire cider, but what I think what I'll do is I'll end up sipping some of those guys in the coming weeks and then add some of this guy on top. So, oh yeah, Carol CC, that would be CCC. You know what? I didn't realize that was you on the call. I hope you're able to come in future and I want to see you. Because when we do the Zoom calls, like, you don't have to have you can have your camera off, so. But, yes, I agree. Alright, guys, so here we go. So, as I cut fruit and vegetables, I save the peels, and I put them in a bucket. That bucket has water. I also add sugar. And then I leave that over time, and it's catching live yeast, just like you'd make a sourdough bread starter. It's catching live yeast from the environment, and then it's creating alchemy. It's doing a kind of magic to ferment all of the sugars into vinegar. So here we go. So this is what I have turned now into kombucha. So, ooh. Okay, so this is like, so let's see. Hi, baby. I love you. You're doing beautifully. So you notice there's no mold. That's not mold. That's just like I don't know. It's yeast and bacteria. So let me. Oh, hi, baby. Oh, you're so special. Look at this. Wow. So this You could use this to do kombucha now. It's like a brain. So this is a living mother. This is a living, beautiful organism that is made of yeast and bacteria that came literally just out of the world. So here's here's like an old mango peel. That's really great for a lot of sugars. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these out. Yeah, here's a broccoli stem. I got some carrots in there. So, yeah, it looks like a jellyfish, right? So I'm going to save this. I'm not going to throw this away, and I'm going to keep this for the next batch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to strain out all of these vegetable peels here. I'm going to squeeze them, and then I'm going to put this liquid into jars, and let's smell it. Oh, it smells great. Oh, it tastes great too. Wow, that's amazing. And yeah. Great, so here's my homemade vinegar. So some onion. And literally all it is, like this mother, this living creature has formed slowly, gently, over time in really, really small and increasing layers, just because of the sugars, the bacterias, and the yeast that it caught from being in the air. Okay. Amazing. So I'll do that on my own because doing it with you guys is everything's harder when I'm making a video. So wow, that's vinegar. That's taste amazing. You're so good. And then you love it and you talk to it and it's just like beautiful. Wow. 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 It's very satisfying. Probiotic, prebiotic, alkalizes your body. You can use it to clean. Like, it's just so good for you. It's alive. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I love you all very much. Have a beautiful day. And happy Saturday. And remember, watch out for those parasites in the mind. They're the worst ones. They're the ones that want to take you into a downward place and suck your energy away. If you find that you're having that, call a friend. Do something that helps you feel good. Yeah. Okay? All right, guys. Yeah, I know it looks gross. That's why I said some people are going to be disturbed by what you're about to see. But I know what this is, so I'm like, oh, you're amazing. I'm so proud of you. It's my mother. It's not my mother, but it's yeah. All right, let's finish this. All right, bye, guys. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Happy weekend, and take some rest if you need it. I think I will.